Hey guys, so today I did a fall inspired look, almost kind of by accident really, because I'm wearing this really bright shirt today because pretty soon I won't be able to fit it, so I figured might as well wear it. Well, I can because I have the tag still on this and I've had this for a year. That's pretty freaking sad. So I was going to do something really bright to kind of match my shirt just because I was in that mood, and then I ended up going towards my what seems to be an everyday look that I've been doing a lot this whole month, and you will be seeing these palettes again in other videos and favorites as well, so just keep that in mind. So what I've been using pretty much every day are the Wet n Wild palettes. This is the Comfort Zone that I'm using in the video today, and then I also have the Petal Pusher. I have the Blue Hat Matte Hello, that's in my drawer. I've had that for probably like a year now, and then I also went and got the Walking on Eggshells, the little trio. Along with some other things. I didn't film a haul video. I should have, because I have quite a few things from the drugstore that I'm loving and using, but you will see them in my favorites. So I have been using, for the last pretty much week, I've been using the same eyeshadow every single day, so I naturally just went straight to it. So I figured, I guess it's going to be a fall-inspired tutorial today instead of something brighter. So we're using the Comfort Zone number 738. This has the kind of like a tan, rose gold and browns, and then you have the greens on this side, which I think is just the perfect transition palette from summer shades into the fall shades. This is just the perfect palette. The consistency, the pigmentation, the quality of the eyeshadow are really unbelievable. Just so I can swatch, that's just this one here. It's very similar to Club by MAC. It's like that brown, reddish brown with a blue duochrome. You have some of the other shades, just random swatches. You see how pigmented they are? They're really comparable to a lot of the more expensive brands, but the best part is this was $4, guys. $4. And you can get them at Walgreens. So, today's look is more kind of like a smoky eye, but a little bit more on the softer side, not so dramatic. For some it might be. For others it might not be. So you can definitely tone it down in the crease if you want, or add more color. So this is something that's very optional, this whole look. But we're using the left side of the palette, if you have it, so you can follow along with me here. If not, pretty much any rose gold color, kind of like a taupey tannish bronze, and then like a deep kind of chocolatey color here with a champagne highlight, and you're pretty much good to go. It doesn't have to be exactly this. I will also list the products that I use for the rest of my face towards, not towards, but in the more info, and then the products for the rest of my face will be towards the end of the video. So if you want to see how to do this very easy, simple, fall-inspired smoky eye, then keep watching and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is apply a paint pot. I'm going to use the one, it's from MAC, and, well, paint pots are from MAC, but this one's called Nubile. And this one has a little bit of a, kind of like a soft pinky mauve tone to it. It came out with a collection of paint pots quite some time ago, but you can use soft ochre, you can use painterly, anything that's a matte color. And these tend to crease a little bit on me because my lids are oily, so I just use the smallest amount. If your lids are normal to dry, you can use as much or as little as you want of this. But just be careful with it, because for me they crease, and I don't know if you guys have issues with it, but you can use this, you can use an eyeliner pencil, you can even use just your concealer foundation as your base. It doesn't have to be this particular paint pot, but I love this slight mauve pinky tone underneath the eyeshadow we're going to use on the lid. So the color that I'm going to use is from the Comfort Zone Wet n Wild palette. These are the larger ones, and I absolutely just adore these. So the color we're going to use is this color here. It's going to be on the left side of the palette, and it's actually labeled Eyelid, and it's almost like a rose gold color. It's really going to pop, as you can see, over that base. I'm using a MAC 239 brush to kind of pick up some of that color, and I'm really just going to pack this color on top of that base that we applied. And there's really not that much fallout with the lighter shades. There is fallout with the brow bone highlight, which, you know, I mean, it happens, but these colors are so pigmented, as you can see, and they're really inexpensive, honestly. They're like, I think it's like $4 or something like that. So then I'm going to take my brush on the side, and I'm going to sweep it back and forth just to kind of slightly pull that color up into the crease area and just slightly above it, but not by much because we want this to be blended up to nothing. So I'm going to take a Sigma E25 blending brush and I'm just going to go around the edges. Just to kind of soften those lines a little bit. You don't want to have any harsh lines at all. With the same 239 brush, you can wipe it off, and we're going to go in with the crease shade, which is right underneath the shade that we just used. And this is more of like a kind of like a taupey, kind of like a bronzy-ish brown color. Not a very good description of the color, but it's a beautiful shade. And we're going to actually take this and pat this on the outer corner of the eye. And keeping it right on this outer part here, and you can take the brush sideways and kind of go back and forth right in here and just kind of wedge that color in there. And you can take the same blending crease brush from Sigma and go around the edges of that as well, just to kind of soften that as well, so it just kind of blends seamlessly into the first lid shade. Now for the crease color, the one that we're going to use is the one right below that. It's the definer shade. It's a beautiful kind of deep brown. Has a little bit of a reddish tone, but as you can see, it comes off almost, I would say almost like a darkish kind of grayish color, even though it looks kind of brown here. If you pack it on really intensely on the lid, it might come off like it is in the palette. But I want to use a crease brush that is very precise. I'm using the number 13 Professional Rounded Crease Brush from Sephora. It's very tapered and has a little bit of a point. This is the point that we're going to really use to kind of put this color on the lid, because it's so pigmented, and I was playing with it earlier, and as you can see, I can't even get it off my finger. So you want to be very, very careful with that color. So we're going to take it just on the tip of the brush and just start by doing tiny little flicks on the outer corner, and then start pulling it up into the crease area just slightly. I like holding the brush on the very end because it's more of a feather light effect where it just adds a small amount of color. It's not like packing on, and it's light strokes basically. So I'm going to pull this color all the way in, whatever's left on the brush, and then just kind of really work that to blend it without picking up any more color. So that is pretty much blended to my preference. It's kind of dark. If you don't like it this dark, you don't have to definitely do it this way. You can do however way you want. I took my brush that I use for concealer. This is the Sigma Tapered Kabuki brush, the F86, which is the pointed one, just to kind of clean up the outer edges, and it's gonna make it a little bit more of a V shape here, but not by much. So you can just do that if you want, or you can clean it up with your finger or Q-tip. We're going to go back to the same palette that we were just using with a smallish brush. This is just a detailer one from Sigma. I'm going to go in with the crease shade first. I'm going to run that all the way under the eye. So from the outer corner all the way, whatever's left, bring it into the inner corner as well. Now with the same brush, wipe it off. I'm going to pop a little bit of that rose gold color right on the center of the lid, and that's the one that we use, the eyelid shade. Take a little bit of that and just pop that right in the center of the lower lash line. It gives a nice little pop of color. Then I'm going to go in with the brow bone highlight shade, which is the one that has a little bit of fallout because there's a bit of sparkle to it. I'm going to take a little bit of that, tap off the excess, and pop that right in this inner corner. And also bring it up into this area right in here. Okay, so now that we have the highlight done in the inner corner, we need to do some eyeliner. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line with the Urban Decay Zero pencil. If you don't have Zero, you can use a Perversion or basically just your favorite black pencil that you can easily apply to the waterline, one that's super soft and creamy that glides very easily. So we're going to apply this. We're going to go all the way into the inner corner as well with it. And then for eyeliner, I'm going to use my Revlon liquid liner pen in Blackened Brown. You can also use the black one if you prefer black. I just want to stick with browns today. So I'm just going to line this pretty much like I normally do. I did a little bit of a wing, so that's what I'm going to do on this one. So I'm going to just apply a little bit of this to my upper lash line. And then for the lower lash line, before we apply mascara, I wanted to add a little pop of color without being either black or brown, the standard color that we probably almost all use if we put anything on the lower lash line. I have this pencil from Urban Decay. It's called Lucky, and it's just the most beautiful shade. It's like a coppery kind of color. It's like a penny shade almost, and this is what it looks like swatched. This one here is called Baked from Urban Decay, and it looks like this if you have their 15th anniversary eyeliner set, which is where I got this one from. You can use that. Also, there is a dupe for this eyeliner, and it's the one from NYX, and it's called Golden Bronze. It's the slide on, glide on, stay on, definitely a turn on. The really creamy ones that are very comparable to Urban Decay, which are the only ones that I found that are like Urban Decay. That one is pretty much almost exactly the same shade, and it's half the cost of an Urban Decay one. So just an FYI for you, I'm taking this color and I'm applying it onto my waterline, and I'm going to go from the outer corner and bringing it all the way into the inner corner as well. I like to pull my lid down a little bit just so that I make sure I get it onto my waterline and not on my contacts or in my eye, because that will not be good. And this one has a little bit of a silver sparkle to it, but it's not irritating, and I'm a contact lens wearer, so that means a lot to me. So we applied that. I love the color because it looks brown, but there's a little something to it. Makes my eyes, I feel like it makes my eyes pop a little bit. Adds a little sparkle to that area. And that's pretty much it. All we have to do is apply some mascara. The one I'm using is the Loreal Voluminous, the False Lashes, the fiber one. And I'm going to put 2 generous coatings of this onto my upper lashes and then a little bit on my lower lash line, and then I'll be back to show you what I use for the rest of my face. Okay, so now that the look is complete, we just need to add some finishing touches to the look. I did a little bit of bronzer. I used this fluffy brush from Sigma, and I just used my Hoola bronzer from Benefit. A little bit contouring because you can tell that I've gained a little bit of weight in my face just because I'm pregnant and I've gained too much weight too quickly. So anyways, for my lips and my cheeks, I wanted something kind of nude but with a little bit of color, nothing that's gonna be completely wiped out with no blush. So the one I chose is the Lorac Blush and Soul, which you guys know that I have used this in so many tutorials in the past. It's a color that I always use. I seem like every single day because I just adored it so much, and it's time to actually start bringing it back out, which I'm excited. And it's like the perfect shade for the fall time, just because it's a little bit more, it's a nudie blush, but it still has a little bit of color. So I'm just wiping down my brush. I don't know which one I should use. Yeah, let's just use this one. This is the blush brush from Sonia Kashuk, the ones with the white handles. They're super soft. I've actually used this for powder before, applying my foundation. It's actually pretty awesome as well. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. You can tap off the excess, smile, and then just apply that to the apples of the cheek. And I instantly feel like this blush, or blush in general, is something that you should never skip. I feel like it just adds so much color and life back into your skin, especially when you use foundation that can make you look very one-tone, if that makes any sense. This adds such a beautiful glow. So for my lips, I'm going to stick with the nude colors. I'm going to use the Fairest Nude by L'Oreal. They come in like this gold packaging. It's number 800. It's a lipstick that I've showed you guys in so many favorites and videos as well. It's a perfect nude shade, but it has a little bit of a kind of mauve tone to it, where it gives life to your lips versus something that looks more of like a concealer. Think along the lines of creme de nude type of nude. It just really makes your skin, your lips look kind of dead. And this one adds some nice color. So we're going to just apply a little bit of that. I do have a little bit of lip gloss or lip balm on underneath, but I just adore this. It's like the perfect fall nude shade. And you can easily get this at drugstores. What I love the most about it. It's not something that you can't find anywhere. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful to maybe if you want to try this look out. I absolutely love these palettes from Wet n Wild. I hope you guys enjoyed this look and that you would try it out. If you do, let me know. You can send me a picture through Twitter. I'll put the link through my Twitter page so that you can follow me there and get tweets of makeup looks and just day-to-day things. So thank you so much for joining me for this look, and I hope that you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.